4 months later, is it still good? Here's where I noticed the difference. So I'm like, okay, woman, does that mean it's bad? No. Look, you finna see us and you finna feel us on your skin when we exfoliate your skin, okay? Hey guys, Jess here. Welcome back to my channel. Today, I am bringing to you a 4-month body scrub update. You heard me right. A Dove body polish in the scent cocoa butter, coconut butter, and brown sugar. For those of you that are already part of the family, I'd like to thank you very much. However, if you are not, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell as well. So without further ado, I will not hold you any longer. So first things first, I started looking through my popular uploads on my channel, and this was within the top 10. This first came about, this coconut butter and brown sugar Dove body polish, when I heard about it being mentioned on Living Ash's channel. From there, I took the liberty of reviewing the product. So this is just an update. It's been 4 months since I have used this, and I haven't used it since. I finished that jar, went on about my business. So this is another jar that I had to get. So 4 months later, is it still good? Let me explain with the same criteria. So the smell still smells the same. That's what I found. That it still smells the exact same. I still smell the hints of the coconut. I still smell the hints of the brown sugar. That is evident that it's sitting on the shelf where I had this one. It did not change the scent 4 months later. That is incredible, and that also speaks to its quality and lasting power. Even in that regard, still smells the same. Texture and consistency in your hands. Here's where I noticed the difference. With the texture and consistency, it changed a bit with it sitting in that one spot. It became a bit more abrasive. Initially, when I first tried it, the scrub particles, which is the brown sugar particles, those, I could barely feel them the first time around. But what has since taken place is those particles have risen to the surface and become a bit more embossed, raised throughout the texture and consistency of this body scrub. Right now, it's no longer really a polish. It still polishes the skin, but it's a bit more abrasive. And it has to be because it sat on the shelf. This one sat for the 4 months without me even touching it. And I said, whoa, this feels more grittier than I remember, because I've tried Dove body polishes before, regardless of scent. And they weren't, I definitely don't recall them being as abrasive. So I'm like, okay, woman, does that mean it's bad? No, still doesn't affect the quality. Quick side note, when you're storing your hygiene products, what you want to do is store them in a cool, dry place, because the temperature of wherever you store them definitely has a factor in whether or not it's going to last longer than it normally would. For this little one that sat for the 4 months, it did not change the scent, but it changed the texture and consistency to where it still feels like butter on your skin when I grab a guap. But it's a bit more grittier because now the scrub particles have risen and they've become a bit more noticeable. They've basically came out to play. Like, look, you finna feel us. Look, okay. Look, you finna see us and you finna feel us on your skin when we exfoliate your skin, okay? Says the scrub particle. You know what time it is. And even with this body scrub update, a demonstration is in effect. So here we have, now that looks the same, but let me show you about this extra abrasiveness that it now has 4 months later. Maybe not so much. That's a little better. Just like that. And if you notice, it definitely feels and looks a bit grittier than I'm used to. A little bit more, and it'll be tree hut abrasive quality. And both those type of products are of quality. You see the sheen, but what you're also seeing, those little circular spots, is those are the scrub particles you're seeing. And what I'm feeling is that it's a bit more abrasive than I initially felt and experienced the first initial time around. Still the same, but just it's more abrasive. It's like the settling within the jar allowed it to become the star of the show. Let me go wash my hands. Next, what does the smell like when water hits it? Same thing took place today, 4 months later. Maybe not to the exact date, as it did when I initially tried this. That scent stays. It is consistent from out of this jar to working through your hands, like you guys saw earlier, to introducing water into the equation. And even after that, it becomes a bit softer because the water is diluting it just a bit. But it doesn't change the strength of the coconut coming out more than the brown sugar, and vice versa. It just does not change. It's a nice, consistent rhythm of strength as far as you smelling both of those scents, the coconut butter and the brown sugar. How does it feel on your skin? Like butter. 4 months later and me trying it. Butter, coconut butter. Still, 4 months later trying it, feels like butter on your skin. Nothing has changed about that, okay? Hey, hello. Nothing, absolutely nothing has changed. Does it linger after the scrub? Not for too long. So it performs about the same as it did when I initially used it. It's for the experience. So whenever you use it, it's for you to experience feeling luxurious, feeling great about yourself, feeling like you're really taking care of yourself, pampering yourself overall, and caring for your temple head to toe. But it's just for the experience. If you want it to last, as far as this scent is concerned, and it is a really nice, sweet, kind of mild, but kind of vacation-like smell, you're going to have to get some other products to layer it with. That's just the truth of the matter. Here are my honest final thoughts about this body scrub update 4 months later. I still love this. I still do. I still do love it. Okay? I still love it. It still feels like butter on your skin. That is the part that was like, ooh, I'm like, I need to be careful in ration this into the little jar I have. Okay? I need to cherish this. I still feel the exact same way. I went back to watch my initial video and I'm like watching the points and I'm like, I still feel the exact same way. This still feels absolutely luxurious on your skin. If you could stand for this to be a bit more abrasive, if you're storing just a backup jar to have, and then you go back into it after a few months like what I've done, and if you can stand that abrasiveness, the particles rising to the top and just becoming a bit more noticeable, you've got yourself a great deal. I still feel the same about it. I give this a solid 10. I don't know if I did in the initial video because I didn't catch that after watching it. But this is still a solid 10. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is my detailed body scrub update for this Dove body polish in the scent Dove Coconut Butter and Brown Sugar. And until next time and until the next video,